Last weekend, my husband and I went to Paris to celebrate our 11th wedding anniversary. Eurostar meant we had to get up very early, but the wonderful thing about the Eurostar is you always get a seat and there's always plenty of room. Jay got on with doing some emails and I got on with relaxing. It wasn't in the way of entertainment on the train, but I will say this emergency film had me in stitches. There is absolutely no way I was going to do that. Joe and I had our honeymoon here 11 years ago, and it was quite a moment to get back to the garden all. The first thing we did is popped into a taxi and headed to our hotel. It was a bit early to check in, but we knew we'd be able to leave our bags. This is the Place de la Concorde. I'll come back to that later. Lots of family history. When we arrived at the hotel, I was very pleasantly surprised, slightly worrying as Joe started looking immediately for retail opportunities. Darling, the room cost enough, believe me. And it was absolutely wonderful to realise we were in Paris. This hotel was so Belle Epoque. It was in the first arrondissement, just by Opera and the Place Vendôme, a spectacular part of town. And because it was so early, I helped myself to a coffee. So, caffeine fix over, it was time to step out of the hotel and step into Paris. And looking around the Place Vendôme, I really was beginning to feel a little bit Christmassy. It was many years ago that I actually worked at the Ritz in Paris, so to come back now was absolutely lovely. Who's that gorgeous man I saw on the street? Oh, hello, husband. And then we did the most luxurious thing of all. We simply just wandered through the streets of Paris. That's one of the things I like most of all about being on holiday. When you have no Zoom calls, no team meetings, no agenda, nothing to do except wander, take in the view, and have an adventure. I think Joe's got competition. Oh, good Lord. Twins! As we walked through the Christmas market, I couldn't help but notice it wasn't really French gastronomy at its finest. Oh, well, there are some baguettes, some ham and cheese. Yeah, there are some frites, I'll give you that. And quite a lot of cheese. However, I think other fine dining options are available in Paris, but I did spot the Three Kings there on their way, and then, very close to them, I spied out of the corner of my eyes Father Christmas. I had to go and have a word with him. I decided I was going to tell him what I wanted for Christmas. Let's hope I'm on the good list. And I'm glad to say he assured me I was. Then we carried on walking through the Tuileries Gardens, and there in the distance, at the other side of Place de la Concorde, you can see the Eiffel Tower. Now, Place de la Concorde was absolutely freezing, and you might think I'm completely mad to go there first thing after arriving in Paris. But I really wanted to go and pay a little bit of homage to Place de la Concorde, or in Place de la Concorde, because it has a connection with my family, and I'd like to share that with you.
I am here in a freezing Place de la Concorde, which always is a bit weird for me. This is where, in revolutionary Paris, the guillotine was placed and aristocrats were beheaded. And it's actually where one of my ancestors met an untimely end. He came from Ireland to work in Versailles. He was a servant and was raised to the level of the aristocracy because he performed so well. And I believe 4 years later, the revolution happened and the poor man was brought here and lost his head. And that is the problem with being upwardly mobile.
After contemplating the fate of my ancestor, I needed something to cheer me up, so I popped to Lululemon. Many of you know that I have really been focusing hard on my fitness over the last couple of months, and I decided to reward myself with a new outfit. So I chose my outfit, very happy with that. I've been on a real fitness journey over the last couple of years. I've lost over 2 stone in weight, and I've been really working out hard at the gym and also at my Reformer Pilates studio. Then it was back in a cab and we decided to go along to see Galerie Lafayette fashion department. This is a whole store that's just dedicated to fashion, menswear and womenswear, and I absolutely felt like Christmas had arrived. Having fulfilled our first day of shopping, we decided to head back to the hotel and check out our suite. And believe me, I was not disappointed. Oh, gay Paris.
Long catwalk. Long catwalk. Long catwalk.
I don't know what to do. He looks gorgeous! Gorgeous, I tell you, gorgeous! Let's go for dinner.
rest of you, you'll have the wood pigeon fillet roasted with whiskey sauce and the deaf trumpet mushroom ham. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
So it's spicy pear, ginger, and white chocolate? Yes.
Day 2, we were off and out early, and if any of you are fans of Sex and the City, that is the gallery where Alexander Petrovsky has his art exhibition in Paris. Now, my husband and I have been to Paris several times together and seen all the sights, so this was a weekend of shopping. I really wanted to go to Guerlain. There's a particular fragrance I wear, and it was an opportunity to buy it from the house itself. Now, in case you think I was the only one shopping, Joe also tried on some outfits. We had much discussion about whether or not this was suitable for work, and we decided ultimately that whilst it was lovely, he couldn't really wear it in the office. What a shame. The trousers were a no, the top and this beautiful hat were absolutely a yes. Oh, he looks so happy. I used to come here with my mother at Christmas, so it's quite special to come back to the Galerie Lafayette, this time with my husband. Here we are, Place Vendôme. So that behind us is the Ritz, where we're going for dinner tonight. And that is where Diana, Princess of Wales, left with Dodi Fayed and was chased by the paparazzi. That will do. I have to be honest that Joe is probably much more of a foodie than I am. And I wanted to just make sure that we went somewhere really elegant to celebrate 11 years of marriage. And I wasn't disappointed. This place had an incredible menu. And of course, Joe opted for something exotic. And I just went for a plain old steak. But my goodness, what a steak. It was cooked in a julienne oven and it was served with as much elegance as if it was 15-carat gold.
Hello.
How was your dinner, dear?
Delicious.
Oh, I am full of very good French food.
Very good.
We're just going to have a walk now to walk it off.
Absolutely.
Do you want to come with us? Look, there we have the Eiffel Tower in the City of Love for our wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary. Nice to see you and nice to take you with us. We're in the queue to head back on the Eurostar to London. So thank you for joining us in our weekend in Paris.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Salut, as they say in France.